Good morning, I'm Alex, and welcome to the Spartan News Veterans Day special. Today we're going to visit two veterans here on our BHS campus. Veterans Day originates from Armistice Day, which was the ending of World War I. It happens on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month every year and gives us time to, sort of reflect and celebrate and thank those who have served our country and others. Veterans Day is celebrated in a lot of countries around the world, like France, Belgium, the UK, New Zealand, other countries. All right, let's go to Howard Elliott to hear more about the holiday.
Good morning, my name is Howard Elliott and I'm the head custodian here at Bainbridge High School. I've worked here, this is my 14th year, and it's a great place to be and it's a great place to work. Yeah, I was part of the British Army of the Rhine during my army days, specifically infantry, and the company I was with was C Company, which was part of 1 Mercian. Our job specifically was to defend strategic positions in times of crises. So Veterans Day in Great Britain is exactly the same. It just has a different name. In Great Britain it's known as 2 names. The popular name would be Poppy Day, which is what the general mass media go by, and that represents the flower, the poppy, in the First World War, and that's how it evolved from. In the Royal British Legion, everybody buys a poppy, and all the proceeds go to helping people with fallen families. Remembrance Day is always observed on the 11th of November, and the easy way to remember it is on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, we will remember them. And TV and media fall silent. They make a short announcement before the 11th hour, and they go silent for 2 minutes, and the entire country observes that's 2 minute silence, whatever day of the week it falls on. Yeah, having said that, it's important to remember as well that that doesn't make the British way any better or any worse of how America does it. It's just different. My encouragement to everybody on Veterans Day or Poppy Day, it's important to remember the people who are still living in recent areas where there's been conflict. There's walking wounded, there's wounded warriors, and it's important to recognise those and remember their families, and also any past relatives in your family or friends of the family who you know are at gravesides. My encouragement to you would be to visit those and pay your respects.
Thanks, Howard. Now let's go to Mr. Shields.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Shields. I'm a new teacher in the math department. I'm currently teaching Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. I served in the United States Army for 25 years. That was my profession before I transitioned to become a teacher. During my military service, I was an infantry officer, and I served in a number of different jobs across the Army and across the infantry within the Army. My first job was as a platoon leader, where I was in charge of about 35 to 40 soldiers. And then my final job in the infantry within the Army was as a battalion commander, where I was in charge of the 4th Battalion, 23rd Infantry, which is located at Fort Lewis, Washington. During that time, we deployed to Afghanistan for a 1-year deployment in support of the operations in that country. My final job in the Army was in the Military District of Washington, where we provided military support to all the other government agencies in the Washington, D.C. area. When I think of Veterans Day, for me, it's a time to reflect on my service. I was very proud to have served in the Army. I had great experiences. I made lots of friends while I was in the Army, so I will often think about them. I sometimes connect with them on Veterans Day. I'll just send them a note to say hi, check on, see how they're doing, and sometimes some of my old Army buddies check on me. So for me, Veterans Day is just an opportunity for me to reflect and think about my service and the good friends I made while I was in the service. Veterans Day is a chance to say thanks to a veteran. Many veterans have given up their time. They've had experiences that took them away from family. They've endured hardship, and they were really doing that for all of us. So it's an opportunity for us to go back and say thanks, and maybe there's an opportunity to lend a helping hand to a veteran who maybe might not be making a smooth transition. Sometimes it can be a tough transition from military service to the civilian world. So Veterans Day is just an opportunity to maybe give a helping hand and say thanks.
This Veterans Day, try and take a moment to think about those who are serving this country or have served it in the past. If you see a veteran, thank them. I'm Alex. This is Spartan News Veterans Day Special. I'll see you guys next week for episode 5. Bye.